Hey seniors. So I think it's bittersweet that I'm filming the last video of your remote learning journey activity. Um, I'm glad I get to have this moment. I miss you all, even when you were driving me crazy and storming in my room and hiding my coffee. I miss your faces. I am sad that I don't get to hug you and congratulate you the way you deserve, but I hope one day I can. I'm sending my love and my light your way. So, to end this year, our goal is to add to the portfolios we started last year. And everyone should have had a portfolio in Behance. And last year, I asked for about 12 to 15 digital pieces and about 2 to 3 traditional pieces. And now this year, our goal is to add to that and add 10 more pieces of work that you've kind of done throughout your senior year. Out of those 10 pieces, we're asking at least 2 more traditional pieces. If you'd like to add more than 2 more traditional and more traditional than digital, by all means, but the minimum should be 10 in addition to what you have, and 2 of those being traditional. Now, we came up with a list of all the activities you've done in your entire DDA journey. So you'll see that you have the sophomore projects you have worked on, your junior lab projects, as well as your content, and then all your senior lab projects, as well as your senior content projects. Lastly, all the remote Fun Day Monday, and Fun Friday things we've done, and some of the things you may have done in my class that only you guys did, my current juniors did not have access to. So the reason why we came up with this is that it might be hard to remember all the work you've kind of worked on this year, but you have quite a bank of things you can utilize for your portfolio. And you're not limited to the things we did in class. You can access some of the remote learning things we did. Google Classroom keeps everything there for you, so you should be able to access your work. So some things to keep in mind when you're going to download or upload these files is that Behance works with certain types of files. If you're using animation files, depending the file type, you might have to convert them. Or images, JPEG is preferred. If you try to upload a PDF, you'll notice you'll get an error. So you might have to export your PDF as a JPEG. So in order to do that, all you have to do is open up your PDF on a Preview or Adobe Acrobat, go to File, Export, and change the extension or the last letters of your file to JPEG, and you should be able to upload it then. Now let me just go over really quickly how to upload again and how to tag. So your profile should look like this. To add to your profile or your portfolio, you want to hit Create a Project, and then you should be able to add. This is your editor, right? You have the ability to upload files here on the left or here. Now I'm going to just put an example here of something I did for a friend, right? You guys may have saw this last year when you were in my class and I was working on this. So what we want to do once we upload and it loads completely, we want to hit save, so we save our progress. We want to hit continue, and then we kind of want to crop this. So I want you to think of this as a cover preview. It's like a thumbnail. It's not going to show the entire piece of work, but you do want a focal point of the work there. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to label this. And then I'm going to hit crop and continue. Before I do that though, you see this down here where it says minimum size of AOA by 632 pixels. Some of you had the problem last year where you were trying to upload work and you noticed you got an error because the file was too small. You may need to resize files. If you're struggling with something, please reach out to Mr. Tron or myself so that we can help you edit it or give you some feedback. So we're going to hit crop and continue. And then there are 3 things we're asking you to make sure you fill out. 1, the creative fields. This is kind of like the overarching things that maybe your work encompasses. So I would say mine is graphic design. I'm going to scroll down here. It's definitely some typography in there. And I'll pick one more. Digital art, okay? Now we're asking that you pick 2 to 3 creative fields. What this does is when people search up these words, your artwork can pop up. And so it's a great way to make your portfolio more visible. Next, we're going to ask you to put the tools you use. Now, obviously, if you did something traditional, your tools can be pencil, watercolor. That's fine. You can add that as well. So if I click Add here, in order to make this design, I use 3 programs. I use Adobe Photoshop, and as you type, you'll see that it loads. Adobe Illustrator, and lastly, Adobe InDesign. If you only use one program, you can also, Maya is here. Okay, so you have that option. Now, I obviously didn't use Maya for this, so I'm going to exit this out, but I'm going to hit Done. The last thing we're going to ask you to do is just to bear in mind that your work is visible to us. So if you go to this little top tab here that says Display, you want to make sure you hit Edit, and this says Everyone. If yours doesn't do this and it says Private, we will not be able to see your portfolio or give you a grade that's accurate to the work you've done. Once you're done, hit done, then hit publish. Publish means now the public can see it. And you'll see on the side, I'm gonna exit these things out. The tools I use, I can appreciate it, just like in Instagram and all these other things. You can like someone else's work. And you're gonna do this for all 10 assignments you're gonna upload. Again, keep in mind, 10 assignments, 2 of them traditional. When you are done with your portfolio, you'll end up with a portfolio with at least 22 images, and at least 4 of them will be traditional. That's with your time in my class as juniors and your time in Mr. Tron's class as seniors. Now, lastly, what you want to do is share with us the link to your portfolio. So if you go to profile up here, you should be able to highlight this URL right at the top here, copy it, and then paste that link in your Google Classroom as a link and share it with Mr. Tron. Okay, guys, good luck. I love you and I miss you very much.